Hey everybody, I was still thinking about the previous post about about good officers and the possibility that correcting some of the issues in regard to law enforcement and treatment of citizens, specifically black and brown people. I was reading an article today, and it's out of where is it? Hillsborough County, Florida. Looks like, yep, near Tampa Bay. And recently, a sheriff's office has fired Sergeant Janik Amin. Is a 21, Amin probably, a 21-year veteran with the sheriff's office was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And apparently, this officer was arrested, or excuse me, was fired because he he arrested a citizen, and then looks like he was found. I'm looking up. They didn't say who reported it, but he was arresting a person, and while that person was handcuffed, apparently that person didn't want to give his name, and that's probably the reason why he arrested him. This is just me speculating, but what is the known fact is that he was arresting this person, and this person refused to give his or her name. It didn't say if it was male or female, and the officer then proceeded to put a loaded gun to this person's head to get him to comply with giving his name. So, yeah, that this person was a 21, like I said, 21-year veteran of the police force who put a gun to a handcuffed suspect, and just as easily he could have killed that person like so many others have been killed, and who's to say what would have happened as a result of that. So, for me, this is a 21-year veteran. So for me, when people say training as a means to resolve any issues with police conduct, I don't think that training is the issue. I mentioned that on the previous post. I don't think that training is the issue. I think the issue is just um, it's an individual issue. Your how you see people, and like I said, since it's specifically about people of color, black and brown people, more often than not, um, that's what it is. Now, realistically, I could probably say black and brown people and then poor people, because that's more likely. So, if you happen to be poor, this is probably what's going to happen to you if you're in poor areas or you don't have um, any affiliation with anyone higher up. That seems to be what the case is going to be. So, I don't think that training is going to resolve that. If a 21-year veteran of the police force still didn't know better than to do that, that tells me that either that was okay for a very long time until now, or that the wrong person caught him doing it. But it wasn't an action or a thought process that was uncommon for a person in his position to do. So I don't. That doesn't help me. I don't. Like I said, I'm not in a position to say F the police because I don't feel that way yet. But I do. I am giving credence to the thought that says if there are good police officers, where are they? Because you fire the ones that speak out, and then when something happens, like in the case of George Floyd, now everybody is saying, "Oh, I couldn't stop him. It was my first day. Oh, I didn't know. I tried to stop him, but it got too far." So from what I've been reading, the narrative on the George Floyd thing is either he was resisting the whole time and as a means to justify what happened, his murder. He was resisting the whole time, that's why. Or it was just a rogue officer and the other ones were trying to stop him, but that wasn't on the footage. So I think both of those are BS. And I think that the case in Florida that we talked about at the top of the podcast here is also BS because not only, and I don't think it's unusual. There's countless stories. There's a story here about a person dying in police custody, getting arrested and getting beat up. It happens time and time and time and time and time again all over the U.S. and all over the world, but nothing's done. So it makes me happier to know that at least at this time, it's being reported more, or rather, action is being taken more. I don't know if it's reported more or not. Action seems to be being taken against those individuals, so I'm thankful for that. And I wish that the good cops would get a chance to correct public perception by action instead of playing basketball with kids, dancing with kids, or giving out ice cream cones. So um, it's a weird it's a weird thought process of you know there's some good cops out here, but where they at? I don't know. So all right.